Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy, the Strongest Wizard, and tonight is indeed Fight Night. We have ourselves another OP07.5 match here for you guys. We got my man Thomas on the left-hand side, rocking out that Gecko Moria, as well as Picante Jose on the right-hand side with that black and yellow Luffy. Now, I do have to mention these are two contenders of being the best deck in the format currently for the OP07.5 format. Definitely, you can throw in Lucci, you can throw in Reiju, possibly even Nami in there. Definitely all top contenders. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on the comment section below underneath. Let me know what's the best deck in the format right now. So Thomas going second, seeing a not bad of a curve, but dropping the Borsellino. And now Jose gonna go ahead and pay out the 5-cost Luffy, taking his own life, becoming 2k and drawing himself a card, just slowly trying to get down to 0 as fast as possible here. And now we see the Hina play, negging the Luffy, and now do we have the Absalom? No, we do not. We don't have the Absalom, but we do have the Perona. We're just gonna go ahead and pitch the 10-cost Kuzan, and that is a huge misstep for Thomas here. Not being able to see that Absalom is very, very crucial. ST13 Luffy just gives you so much control as a black and yellow Luffy player. Just that card is MVP of the deck for sure. So Jose, now sitting at 7 Dawn, has quite a few options here. We're going to play the aggressive here, going up to 7k, an 8k character here. And this is the turning point where we have to decide, are we going to be very aggressive or are we going to kind of play it back? Do we have an extra turn? Do we want to drop down to 0 this turn? And it looks like Jose is going to go ahead and commit to the bit, dropping down to 1 life. Of course, like I did previously mention, the question is, how is he going to take his last life? Flampe, Hiyori are all great choices, and he has both. So Jose really not missing any cards, honestly, from his current hand. So we see the Hiyori here grabbing the Egghead Luffy at the very top, placing it right back at the top, and now we see the 2-cost Luffy coming into play. We're going to use skill here, 7k lead, and debating to use this Rocket Luffy ability, but no, we are not. We're going to keep it on the board here, attached 2 Dawn to our leader to make sure we recover 2 life. We have 1 5-cost character in the trash. Of course, that is at Sabo. We need 1 more, so we're going to grab 1 from our hand, I'm assuming, when we use the skill ability, when we pitch a card. And yes, Luffy. So it's going to be, I think it's Sabo into Luffy. Yeah. Sabo and then Luffy. And it looks like we can't go up to 9k, but 7k we'll just do here. So 10k swing does get blocked here by that Borsellino, and then we're just going to go ahead and pass the turn. Now Thomas did, like I said before, have that misstep. Not having the removal was crucial. Now this is another turn where Thomas is able to kind of get some footing again on the board state. He's falling quite far behind now. This is the perfect time to kind of even things back up a little bit. Still not seeing a blocker, the Sabo for Jose. So all these characters are now live to be able to be removed. The question is, does Thomas even have it, right? So it looks like we're going to swing 6k into nothing, pitching the Hogback, playing out the Hogback, grabbing the Gecko Moria from trash, and yeah, just kind of setting up the board, still setting up for next turn, right? So playing out that Sabo, drawing 2, trashing 2 Hina. Double Hina is kind of nasty. Yeah, really just kind of setting up his board. Thomas really needs to see his pieces. Not seeing them too late in this matchup is really, really bad. So we're gonna go ahead and see exactly how Jose can combat this. Not really, really worried about this board state. Now Sabo is making so that all these characters are safe, so no real reason to pop the Luffy unless you want to draw a card or you are afraid that it will go down. So we see a 7k swing going into life. This is, of course, is a block and a 2k. Let's see exactly what Thomas will end up giving him, but we're gonna drop down to 2 life already. 2 to 2 life, and now we're gonna tap 2 down for the Luffy ability here, going up to a 7k lead. And now, do we have Baby Sabo? We do have Baby Sabo. We're gonna go into Sabo here, drawing 2, trashing 2. Our leader does become 9k currently, and pitching 2 Rocket Luffy from our hand. And it looks like we're gonna attach 2 onto our leader here. We're gonna use skill to pitch an ST13 Luffy to put double Luffy in life, and we're going to use skill ability here to draw our life, and then trash our life and then draw 1. And now we see a 10k swing does connect. Now we see 11k swing does get blocked by that Sabo, and we're gonna go ahead and pass. And this is dire. Now my man Thomas in a terrible position. It went from decent to really bad here. So we see a 6k swing going into this Luffy. He has to swing into it manually because it is protected by that Sabo. Now, unfortunately, Jose is going to have to give him some cards if he wants to just give it away. Possibly a misstep swinging with this character here. So now we see another 6k swing going into this Luffy. That's two 2ks out of our hand because of that. And now we see the Gecko Moria coming down. Gecko Moria here dropping the brand new as well as the Borsalino. Grabbing ourselves an Isho. Is it too late? I do think so. And unfortunately, it has no counter. So huge unfortunate position here for Thomas. And we are going to go ahead and, like I said, pass the turn. So it looks like we're going to go ahead and swing 6k into life here. Now our leader should be only at 5k. So we see a 6k swing going into life once again with that blocker. Gives him another 2k. We're going to finally pop this Egghead Luffy. Get rid of the Perona here. Draw ourselves a card. And we're going to attach 2 Dawn onto our lead. And these two ST13 Luffys are pretty nasty, but what's even nastier is the Gecko Moria here. So Gecko Moria bringing out a Sabo as well as a Luffy ability here. We're going to grab another ST13 Luffy using double skill here. We see an AK swing going into life. We're going to go ahead and wait so that we do get that Sabo on board. And yes, grabbing the Sabo, going up to 9k, drawing 2, trashing 2, trashing the pistols was the Hiyori, and back to business. We see an AK swing going into life. And do we have double 2k here? Now it's pretty easy to get out of this. We know he does have double 2k, so we see another 2k, another 8k swing, and yes, we see 2 2ks, and now this 11k swing does get blocked by that Borsalino. And if you look at the board state now, my man Thomas is looking cooked right now. Picante Jose with 1 life still, so this is a 9k leader with 1 life to Thomas's 0, and he does have a Gecko on board, so that's pretty huge. So 10k swing going to that Luffy. We're going to go ahead and give him the blocker. And now we have the Rebecca grabbing a 2k counter and then dropping the Sabo. Thomas just still fixing his hand, seeing more pieces. And we see the phony 5k swing going to thin air and just passing the turn. Now Jose is sitting with 3 ST13 Luffys as well as a Gecko Moria. Even if he had a Gecko on board currently or in hand, we probably wouldn't play it anyways. I feel like there's real no need to here. But we see the Luffy coming down. We're gonna go into Rocket Luffy. We see triple ST13 Luffy abilities being activated at the same time. That's 3 AK bodies off base. And now we see a 7k, my man Jose trying to get cheeky with a 7k swing for a card he just played. 9k swing goes into life. We see the block with the Rebecca. 9k swing with Luffy does get countered out of, followed by our third 9k swing here. We see the block off the Sabo, and we see a 10k swing, and Jose does end up taking it. Thank you guys so much for checking this channel as a video. I really do appreciate it, and stay tuned because I have a ton of new OP07.5 content coming out soon. See ya!